そうですね、小さい頃からチャンピオンになることを夢に見てましたね。
Instant karma when Takeru Segawa destroyed cocky rats for disrespecting. Hirofumi Kamata walked into that ring with years of battle scars and veteran confidence, thinking a 20-year-old pretty boy would beat target practice. 2 minutes and 17 seconds later, he left on a stretcher, knocked down 3 times by a demon wearing an angel's face. But Kamata wasn't the only fool who made this fatal mistake. 6 world-class killers saw Takeru Segawa's smile, thought they saw softness. They all paid with their consciousness, their careers, and their souls. This is what happens when Takeru Segawa destroyed cocky rats for disrespecting. Welcome to Punch Club, fellas. Here we go. From K1 champions to international destroyers, they all believed experience and toughness would save them. But here's the thing about Takeru Segawa. He doesn't just win fights. He erases fighters from existence with that pretty boy smile still intact. 17 professional years, 3 world titles across different weight classes, dozens of knockouts that turned veterans into highlight reels. The natural-born crusher who made legends question why they ever stepped into that ring. The combat press couldn't ignore him. Japan couldn't stop him. And for nearly 2 decades, nobody could survive him. Each opponent brought credentials, confidence, and championships, but the ending was always the same. Takeru standing over broken bodies while doubters swallowed their words. Hirofumi Kamata, September 24, 2011. On September 24, 2011, Takeru's big debut on Japan's kickboxing stage. Across the ring stood Hirofumi Kamata, a 24-year-old veteran who'd survived Japan's brutal circuit. He'd seen young prospects come and go like seasons and thought this skinny 20-year-old with a pretty face would be just another kid who'd learned respect the hard way. He had absolutely no idea he was about to become patient zero in kickboxing's most legendary plague. Just when the bell rang, round 1 kicked off competitively. Both fighters traded shots, feeling each other out. Kamata landed clean punches, nodding his head like, yeah, I got this kid figured out. But then those low kicks started landing. Each one sounded like someone chopping wood. Kamata's confident stance started crumbling. He switched stances once, then twice. His leg was screaming at him to quit, but pride doesn't listen to pain. Then round 2 happened, and Takeru stopped being polite. About 90 seconds in, Takeru faked a low kick. Kamata's hands dropped to block it, and that was when the young destroyer knew it was time to destroy. An overhand right crashed into Kamata's temple like a meteor. His legs did that funny wobble thing, like a newborn deer trying to walk, and down he went. First knockdown. The referee counted. Kamata rose, trying to look tough, but his eyes told a different story. They were probably asking, why did my manager book this fight? 30 seconds later, a left hook spun Kamata's head like he was in a washing machine. Second knockdown. Kamata got up one more time. The referee should have stopped it, but he didn't. He just enjoys the punishment given to this overconfident disgrace. At 2 minutes and 17 seconds of round 2, Takeru decided playtime was over. Right hook opened the door. Then left uppercut walked through it, and a finishing right hand kicked it off the hinges. Kamata was face planted, completely unconscious, looking like someone had unplugged his brain. 3 knockdowns, 1 round, 1 crystal clear message to Japanese kickboxing. There's a new monster in town, and he looks like a K-pop star. But Takeru wasn't satisfied with just one victim. He was hungry for more, and the kickboxing gods were about to feed him well. Yuya Suzuki, October 21st, 2012. 1 year later, On October 21st, 2012, Yuya Suzuki arrived carrying confidence in a solid game plan. He studied the Kamata fight, analyzed the patterns, and genuinely believed he had cracked the code. For one round, he actually looked right. Round 1 was shockingly competitive. Suzuki landed clean counters, made Takeru miss, and survived the early storm. The Japanese crowd buzzed with excitement, thinking this guy might actually be Takeru. Suzuki probably heard those whispers and smiled.
っていう試合を見せてくれるんじゃないですかね。クラッシュのその新世代代表とならなければいけない。
And round 2 started, and Takeru remembered who the hell he was. Pretty Boy transformed into something terrifying. He started walking forward like Jason Voorhees in a horror movie, slow, inevitable, and absolutely unstoppable. Low kick, jab, low kick right hand. Suzuki backed up trying to circle away, but Takeru cut off every escape route like a predator herding prey into a corner.
入れましたね、捉えましたね、タケル。
今右入りましたね。バランスをうまく崩してました。
Near the ropes, Suzuki looked like a mouse who just realized the cat was done playing. At 2 minutes and 58 seconds of round 2, Suzuki threw a lazy jab and dropped his right hand for maybe a half second. That's all Takeru needed.
膝。鋭さでタケル。膝のタケル。圧力でパンチで鈴木。
A right hand materialized from another dimension and landed flush on Suzuki's temple. The sound echoed through the arena like someone had dropped a bowling ball. Suzuki's eyes rolled back into his skull, his legs went stiff as boards, and he fell like a tree in the forest. The referee didn't even count. Suzuki was in the shadow realm, probably having a conversation with his ancestors about career choices. One punch, and his lights out. 2 down, but Takeru's appetite for destruction was just getting started. 2 victims in Japan weren't enough. The kickboxing world was starting to whisper about this Pretty Boy destroyer, and international promoters wanted to test if the hype was real. New Year's Eve 2015 provided the perfect stage for Takeru to prove that Japanese dominance traveled well. Yang Ming. December 31st, 2015. On December 31st, 2015, Yang Ming flew from China carrying one mission: embarrass Japan's golden boy on the biggest stage in Asia combat sports. This tough Chinese warrior had the skills and the confidence to make it interesting for one round. He actually succeeded. Round 1 saw Ming moving beautifully, landing solid leg kicks, using clever angles to frustrate Takeru's pressure. The Chinese fighter was making the Japanese star work for every inch of the ring. The crowd started getting nervous, but here's what separates good fighters from great ones: adaptation. Round 2 began, and you could see the adjustments immediately. Takeru stopped chasing and let loose the demon in him. Every time Ming tried to circle out, Takeru was already there, cutting angles like a geometry professor. Low kick, body shot, low kick, jab. Ming's breathing got heavier. His legs started hurting, his confidence movement slowed down. He knew something bad was coming, but he just didn't know when. Then, with literally 0 seconds left in the round, Ming threw a kick and forgot the golden rule: always bring your hands back up. Takeru sent a right cross, cleaner than your grandmother's kitchen on Sunday, and landed perfectly on Ming's jaw. Time froze. Ming's body went limp. Gravity remembered it had a job to do, and down he dropped like someone had hit his power button. Knockout at exactly 3 minutes, round 2. The bell rang at the exact same moment Ming's body hit the canvas. Timing was so perfect it looked 78-67. Yang Ming received his New Year's gift early, a first-class ticket to the Shadow Realm. The Pretty Boy had just proven Japanese dominance traveled internationally, and if he can do it once, then he can do it twice. Next up, Taiga Kawabe, November 3rd, 2014. On November 3rd, 2014, this is the fight, the one that transformed Takeru from a champion into an immortal legend, the one people still watch 10 years later with their jaws on the floor. Taiga Kawabe entered as a legitimate threat. Slick footwork, sharp counters, and the confidence of a man who genuinely believed he could win. He wasn't wrong to believe, and just when the bell rang, something unexpected happened. Round 1 belonged to Kawabe, completely sitting poetry footwork. His counters were surgical, and Takeru was swinging at ghosts. Every time the pretty boy threw, Kawabe wasn't there anymore. Every time Takeru pressed forward, Kawabe's kicks and punches were already landing.
大臣のような動きですね。
そう見えますか。
見えます。は
もちろんそのノッパデスのトレーナーの存在も大きいと思うんですけれどもね、それにしても
At the end of round 1, Takeru was clearly losing. Round 2 got worse, much worse. Kawabe caught Takeru stepping in with a counter cross that snapped his head back violently. The crowd gasped. Takeru's corner started looking worried. The Japanese superstar was down 2 rounds to 0 with only 3 minutes remaining. Then came round 3, 13 seconds in, and everything changed forever.
関根さんすごいですね。
ね、もう出るとき出るしね、お互い。
はい。
お
いや、そんな中で中村さん、その正人さんのお話。
Takeru threw a front kick. Kawabe blocked it smoothly and loaded up the same counterpunch that hurt Takeru moments earlier. Victory was right there, literally 1 punch away. But Takeru didn't stop spinning. That front kick wasn't the attack, it was bait, and Kawabe had just bitten down hard. As Kawabe threw his counter, Takeru spun all the way through with a spinning back fist that came from another galaxy entirely. Kawabe's eyes went completely blank and collapsed like a controlled demolition of a skyscraper. Kawabe was lying on the canvas, wondering what dimension he was in. Takeru had just pulled off the impossible, a come-from-behind knockout, so spectacular that it's still on every greatest knockouts in history. 4 fights, 4 victims. The pattern was becoming clear. Underestimate Takeru at your own risk. But now, the competition was evolving. Champions from Europe, South America, and across Asia wanted to test themselves against Japan's pretty boy destroyer. They came carrying gold belts, impressive records, and supreme confidence. They all left the same way, horizontal, confused, and wondering what the hell had just happened to their careers. Daniel Puertas, September 24, 2018. On September 24, 2018, Daniel Puertas flew in from Spain carrying serious credentials, 2-division ISKA world champion, legitimate knockout power, and genuine belief that European technique could outclass Japanese aggression. Pre-fight interviews showed his confidence. I've studied Takeru extensively. I understand his patterns and I'm ready for this moment. He was absolutely not ready. The bell rang and Takeru came out like someone had just insulted his entire family tree. Low kicks immediately started chopping Puertas' legs. Each one sounded like an axe biting into hardwood. The Spanish champion tried throwing hard right hands to earn respect and establish his power, but Takeru was slipping punches by millimeters.
Oh! And just great work from Takeru there. Using that inside kick.
Making the European champion look like he was shadowboxing. 90 seconds into round 1, Takeru decided to stop being polite. He faked a front kick. Puertas dropped his hands to check it. Then, Takeru sent an overhand right and crashed into Puertas' temple. Spanish champion's legs betrayed him and immediately, down he went. First knockdown. The referee counted. Puertas got up.
Takeru set that up beautifully.
Wow. Wow.
Inside low, going to the body.
Desperately trying to look tough and unshaken, but his poker face was shattered beyond repair. Takeru smelled blood in the water like a great white shark. He trapped Puertas against the ropes and unleashed absolute hell. Left hook to the body doubled him over. Right hook upstairs snapped his head back, and then, boom! Finishing left hook sent him crashing to the canvas at 2 minutes and 9 seconds of round 1. Game over. Puertas lay there completely unconscious, looking like someone had physically removed his soul. 2 minutes, 2 knockdowns. One European champion seriously reconsidering his career path. Pretty boy had just proven that European boxing credentials meant nothing when facing Japanese violence. But Japan's own warriors were getting restless. One in particular had been talking trash for months, and Takeru was about to make him regret every single word. Koji Tanaka. Koji Tanaka had spent months running his mouth saying Takeru's overrated. His style is predictable and he's going to expose him. Takeru stayed silent, just smiled during press conferences, but people close to him noticed something different. That smile wasn't friendly. It was dangerous. On December 8, 2018, at Irian Arena, Osaka, over 8,000 screaming Japanese fans packed tighter than sardines. Then the bell rang and both Japanese warriors exploded from their corners like grenades going off simultaneously. This wasn't technical kickboxing, this was pure warfare. Tanaka landed a crushing low kick. Takeru fired back with a three-punch combination that rattled Tanaka's brain.
Often finishes within the distance. Nice body work from both these guys again. Hold the head down.
Koji ate it like candy and threw back a spinning elbow that whistled past Takeru's head by millimeters. The crowd lost their collective minds. Round 1 set the tone. Violent, competitive, absolutely spectacular. Neither man was giving a single inch of canvas.
And give back his own. This is going to be a tough fight. He's going to really...
Round 2 through 6 became pure chaos and beautiful carnage. Tanaka's leg kicks were turning Takeru's lead leg into a purple mess that looked like a bad bruise collection. But every time Koji built momentum, Takeru would explode with combination punching that forced Tanaka backward. Left hook, right cross, left uppercut. It looked like someone playing Street Fighter with cheat codes activated. By round 7, both warriors were exhausted, bleeding, limping, and hurting, but neither would even consider quitting. This was Japanese warrior spirit on full display. Death before dishonor. Round 8 through 10 shifted in Takeru's favor. His conditioning proved superior. His combination stayed sharp. His defense maintained tight. Tanaka was still dangerous, still swinging with bad intentions, but Takeru was landing 3 clean shots for every one Koji managed. The final bell separated two warriors who had literally left pieces of themselves in that ring. The judges' scorecard shocked everyone. 30-25 unanimous decision, which means Takeru won every single round. Tanaka fought like a possessed warrior, landed massive shots, and showed the heart of a lion. Combat Press ranked it one of 2018's best kickboxing fights worldwide. But he was still no match for the Pretty Destroyer. The Pretty Boy had proven once again that looking harmless while being lethal is the ultimate weapon in combat sports. 7 fighters, 7 brutal lessons from one deadly teacher. Takeru Segawa taught kickboxing's hardest class: never judge a book by its cover. They saw the pretty face and thought easy fight. They saw the quiet smile and thought soft. They were dead wrong. 3 world titles, 17 years of violence, dozens of broken opponents wondering what hit them. The next time someone mistakes quiet for weakness, remember Takeru. The most dangerous fighters are the quietest ones. Beauty and brutality aren't opposites, they're patterns in combat's deadliest stance. This is Punch Club, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.